Everybody ready? All right, take it away.
Coach, talk about the defensive performance Saturday night. Yeah, you guys got home, maybe had a chance to look at film, maybe reassess things. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought our guys played with great effort. I thought we came out and had a really pretty good first half. And I thought that Texas A&M, I thought the quarterback, Mond, and the receivers made some terrific plays in the game. Disappointed in just eye discipline and leveraging certain coverages. Thought as the game wore on, we guys started trying to do too much, and I thought our guys up front played great all night. Thought they had a plan to try to slow them down and neutralize them. I still thought that they were very disruptive. I think we knocked the quarterback down to the ground 18 times. So a lot of that is them. Most of it is them. Just very proud of the fight that they had all the way to the end. Some of the plays that we made some incredible plays in the game that were difference makers. And whether it's again the blocked field goal, Kayvon popping the ball out, the pick there right at the end, Justin Foster with Cleveland with the strips, forced fumble, and Justin coming up with it. There's a lot to build on. We got a lot of work to do to become a really good defense, to get that cohesion to where it needs to be, and just the consistency. And it's just some discipline things. Just again, eye discipline, and again trust in the scheme and what we're doing. We had a couple guys that were wide open twice in cover two, where we again just lost leverage, and another time they didn't capitalize. Another time in quarters coverage. We just got to play a little bit better, a little bit smarter, and again, credit A&M, for making some really good plays too in the game.
Were you disappointed in the secondary overall, or was it a matter of
I don't think that's fair to say. I don't think that's fair to say, because I thought Trayvon and AJ played really well. So to paint a broad brush is not. I think I was disappointed in at times where we lacked the same things I just said. Where we lost again leverage, whether it's man or too deep or quarters, or again just guys again just not playing with the discipline with their eyes. And this is a team that good enough to expose you, obviously, when you're not looking at the right things.
How do you do that through film work? Or
you do that through failure. You do that through failure. So we had a nice laboratory, on Saturday night to work through that. And that's what happens. You have some guys that maybe aren't as experienced, or even again guys are in some bad habits. You got to have some failure to really expose them.
Especially the tight end, Sternberger made a couple big catches, but overall, how pleased were you with the way you handled him?
I don't really look at just one guy. You talk about run game, you talk about pass game, you talk about overall performance, and we turned him loose. They had a nice little new scheme, and they worked him across in a kind of an empty tight set. So that's on me. And overall, whatever. It's good enough to win.
Kayvon Wallace seems to be a guy that seems to be showing up a lot since the NC State game last year, and big plays. And Saturday, a great example.
Yeah.
He was involved in a lot of plays that were bang bang. His effort level and his where he's come from since he's gotten here. Talk about a little bit about that.
Yeah, Kayvon again made a couple of great plays in the game. Was in good position, has good instincts. He's a good football player, smart, and he has a chance to become an excellent football player if he continues to improve and plays, with the consistency and the discipline, the fundamentals that it takes to be a great player. A good player, you got to have all those things, let alone a great player. So he's got a lot of natural ability and ball skills, and again a good feel for the game. and again made some great plays with extra effort, and again making plays on the ball.
Kayvon was just telling us a couple minutes ago that he is looking forward to the challenge of other teams now trying to expose the secondary. He basically said, "Bring it on." Your thoughts on a guy?
Well, that's the game. People are going to try to run it. They're going to try to throw it. So whether you defended it well or you didn't defend it well, they're still going to keep trying to run it and throw it. So whether you played it well or not, and you know, dang right, you know, you put stuff that doesn't look too good on tape, and they're going to check your oil. So ready or not, here we come. So.
Frank, do you know much about Georgia Southern?
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Tell them, what do you think about their offense?
First of all, Shy Works is the player that we offered, and we tried to recruit as a secondary player, terrific athlete, playing very well in a zone read-based option offense. We have a new offensive coordinator, came from New Mexico, and it's a school and a program that takes great pride in being physical and running the football and running the option, and with all the different bells and whistles, very multiple in what they do, and they've got, you know, good skill players across the board, a good physical offensive line, and probably a more athletic, more explosive version of Furman. That's what you're going to see.
Chris, how much do you think Kellen Mond's ability to break contain, get outside, affected your safety sort of eyes and
That happens, yeah. I mean, you know, a guy that can extend plays, and it's hard to cover guys for a long time. So if you're continually having that as an issue, you know, that can really stress you in coverage. And so this is obviously a great test for us that way. And but yeah, Kellen did a great job extending some plays and buying some time, and then making some really good plays. You know, at times we're in really good position coverage-wise, and they made the play and we didn't, unfortunately. And you know, we lost a guy in coverage a time or two, and he found him. And we had the 9-yard touchdown we lost leverage on. He bought time, and then we had another time early in the game, they maybe dumped it underneath, picked up 12, 13 yards. That happened a couple times where we lost leverage in coverage. None of the big, long, explosive plays were those plays, but unfortunately 2 touchdowns came where again, he just bought time and hit the deep one where we had a couple guys up, and he makes a great play. And then another time where we got the unblocked blitzer, we just lost leverage. He got outside of the blitzer, and he throws it across his body, makes another really good play.
A couple of big plays overall. You just mentioned one of them, or I guess somebody did earlier about Justin Foster.
Mm-hmm.
What has he kind of done to gain your trust to have you put him out there in these big games?
Just practices consistently. He's playing faster, playing physical, just a trustworthy guy, knowing what to do. And he's gotten out there and he's been productive. You know, he's let the defense work for him and played within the system, but plays with aggressiveness and know-how, and you know, as I think you're just kind of seeing a little bit of a snapshot of what he's capable of.
With going back to Shy Works, what did you see from him as an athlete during the
instincts? You know, he's a high school quarterback that can really run, and just, you know, the ball in his hands, decision making, instincts, his length, you know, speed, toughness.
The recruiting process, I was seeing him as an athlete that you thought he could kind of translate over to be successful here on defense.
What did we see?
Yes, sir. Just what kind of? I thought you were talking about him as a quarterback. I'm sorry.
With the same thing.
Yeah.
That's what you want as a. I like guys like that as a linebacker. You know, I've recruited high school quarterbacks that never played linebacker to offer him as a G.J. Kinney that's maybe still playing in the NFL. Offered him as a linebacker. Offense didn't want him, but I did. You know, just, you know, leadership, toughness, instincts, decision making, ability to run, be physical. You know, there's a lot of things that you can't coach in some of those guys that play quarterback. Their will to win, their competitiveness, I think really shows, whether they have it or not. And just all those intangibles, plus again, instincts, athletic ability. Again, he's got good size, you know. So
Go back to defense. How did you feel like when things maybe weren't going the defense's way Saturday, that composure-wise, still staying locked in, that kind of stuff? How did you think?
I thought they got into rhythm, and we didn't play complementary football that back end of the third quarter and through the fourth quarter. We weren't able to get into a rhythm, and offense wasn't able to stay out there, and I thought we were on our heels, but our guys kept fighting, and again, and then we punt it, and then they have a short field, and they go right down the field, and you always talk about it's just one play, you make one play, and obviously our guys did, they played with again Austin, and I believe it was Christian, did a great job helping keep that quarterback contained on that last one, and then guys did a good job in the secondary there, sliding out underneath the routes, and Kayvon makes a really nice play.
Were you happy with the linebacker play Saturday night?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's plenty of things. Everybody, every position, there's go down the checklist. We got a lot of work to do to keep getting better, and I got to correct some mistakes. But I thought our inside linebackers, I thought Isaiah did some really good things, but he's got there's some things that have to take place for him to continue to just that maturation process at that position, and you really can only gain that through experience and against some failure. So he made some terrific plays in the game, and he'll as he watches the tape, he'll wish he could get some a number of plays back, and just a lot of fundamental technical savvy type of things that we got to get better there.
Brent, for the first 2.5 quarters, it seemed like you guys were able to manage those guys and stop them in the red zone and not let them go sustained drives. What did they do, or did they do anything in the third quarter?
I thought they started making some plays, and then I thought they just made some plays, and then I think that again we started breaking down some of the just fundamentals, the integrity of eye discipline, leverage on routes. Some guys trying to do a little bit too much. It was really pretty simple.
Do you find your guys to be more receptive after they've not had some success, more willing to listen maybe?
Sure, I think humility does that to all of us, and so absolutely.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, you got it. Yep.